Stunning transformation, actor Kumail Nanjiani revealing how he got into superhero shape for Marvel's The Eternals, completely making over his body.
This morning, an incredible transformation from actor Kumail Nanjiani, known for his comic timing as Dinesh on Silicon Valley.
It's me, Pakistani Denzel.
For the next 7 days, we're gonna be eating and training like Kumail Nanjiani. Now, for the Eternals, my man got super ripped, super jacked. So over the next 7 days, we're gonna be going over his diet and his training style. And just so you guys know, there are some very interesting things that his trainers do when they have him training for his role. Now, today being day one, our main focus is to have our food ready for the week, have our check-in, see where we're starting out. Now, just as a disclaimer, don't expect a major transformation from one week to another. This is just a simple experiment to see if a normal individual like myself or you guys can actually do a diet and train just like Kumail Nanjiani and see results. So with clothes, I did weigh in at 192.5, but of course I did weigh myself without the clothes because you're not supposed to weigh yourself with clothes. And without clothes, I weigh 190. So let's see how much weight I can actually lose within this low carb diet within the next 7 days. But we still have to meal prep, so we're gonna go buy some food real quick, and I will catch you guys when we start meal prepping and show you the meals for the week. So there is nothing extravagant about Kumail Nanjiani's diet. There's nothing that he does special. It seems like he just does a very low carb diet. There's not a lot of information out there, but from what I did find is he just mentioned being on a low carb diet for the course of almost a year. Now, when it comes to a low carb diet, generally speaking, you're having anything between 0 to 150 grams of carbs per day. One of the perfect ways of approaching a low carb diet is going for super voluminous foods, right? So something like sweet potato is high volume, low carb. Same concept applies for oatmeal. You can have a full bowl of oatmeal and still only have 40 to 50 grams of carbs. And that's the way I like to approach low carb diets. Now for protein, I am gonna be meal prepping chicken, but I also am gonna have some fish and I'm also gonna have some steak just because I want to have some variation within the diet and it's not just gonna be grilled chicken every single day. I truly believe that you can have some flexibility behind your diet. You don't have to just have grilled chicken when you're trying to lose weight. You can have fish, you can have beef. If you don't eat beef, that's perfectly fine. You can go with ground turkey, whatever the case may be. You can be very flexible when it comes to a low carb diet and you don't have to restrict yourself to just certain types of food when you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to get shredded. So that is a recap of our meal prep for the week. We'll go on to day number 2 where we'll recap his training style, what he does differently, and how he actually stimulates his body to get ready for his roles. So we are back for day 2 of training like Kumail Nanjiani, and I feel pretty good so far. Day 1 was a 50 gram carb day. Today's a 100 gram carb day. And I'm not surprised, I feel fine. Honestly, 2 days of dieting is just not gonna do anything to me. But today we actually are gonna be discussing his training and what his trainers actually had him doing. And it's actually very interesting. So I'm gonna throw some clips on the screen of his trainer and his Instagram. You'll see that he hooks up all his clients to an E-stim unit, which is pretty much a muscle stimulator. And it's kind of genius if you think about it. You're usually targeting your certain muscle groups when you're working out. Maybe it's shoulders, arms, legs, whatever the case may be. But with an E-stim unit and a muscle stimulator, you're essentially patching on these muscle stimulators to your muscles that you're targeting, and you're further activating them during the course of a workout. Now, I don't have the funds to go buy a $2,000 machine like that, but on Amazon, I was able to find a $25 muscle stimulator, which we'll be using during the workout this week. So I'm actually super pumped to use this thing. I've actually never trained with a muscle stimulator, but we are gonna wrap up day 2 today. I'm almost done eating for the day. I already completed my 100 grams of carbs. I just have a little bit of protein left in my meals. So I will catch you for day 3, in which we put this thing to use. So for day 3, I'm gonna walk you through one of the workouts I had during the week, and it's an arm workout, but with a twist. As I mentioned earlier in the video, we are using a muscle stimulator during every single workout. Now, if you've ever gone to any type of rehab or physical therapy, you know that they use muscle stimulators to help activate your muscles during that recovery process. Now, the same concept applies when you're training. So as I walk you guys through the arm workout, you'll see the arm workout is not super intense. It's a very basic arm workout. It wasn't something that would blow your mind and have you sweat and drip or anything like that. Honestly, it was still a challenge. Every workout during the week was a challenge with the muscle stimulator, because from the very get, the muscle stimulator is already activating the muscles that I'm targeting. For example, I'm doing the easy bar curls, but from the moment I start the movement, my biceps are already being activated by the muscle stimulator. So doing a set of 20 or doing a set of 15, 12, or 10 was challenging. So instead of feeling the burn closer towards the end of the rep range, I was already feeling it by the beginning. So anywhere between 4 to 5 reps, I was already feeling the fatigue because my muscles are already being activated from the very start. But with the stimulus from the workout paired with the muscle stimulator, it's honestly some next level shit. Like, I honestly have never ever felt a contraction like that, I guess I can say. I always go for a squeeze when I'm doing like a bicep curl or I'm doing my tricep extensions. I always try to be slow and controlled when I do my movements, but it is some next level shit when you have a muscle stimulator also targeting your muscles and activating them even further. So that is gonna wrap up day 3. Today was 150 grams of carbs, and honestly, it's a nice little treat, especially when you've only had 50 and 100 the last couple days, and pretty much equated to just 150 over the last 2 days. So to have a little bit more influx of food is very nice. Now we're going back down to 50 for day 4, and then day 5 is gonna go back to 100. So I will catch you guys for tomorrow for day 4, in which we'll go over meal structure and also meal frequency. If you guys have been enjoying the video so far, make sure you drop a like, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. What is going on, guys? Welcome to day 4. Today we're gonna be going over meal frequency and also the meal structure. Now, being on a low carb diet, it's not really that much rocket science. It's just simply making sure that you're kind of abiding by the low carb rule, right? Which is pretty much, if you're having a 50-gram day, that you don't pass that, right? Like, if you don't have carbs, it's what really keeps you energized. It gives you the energy throughout the course of the day, gives you energy for the workouts. And so when you're on your low carb days, it's like, oof. Oh, it's tough, I'm telling you, it's tough. For the sake of experimentation, the sake of this video, I decided to do something very simple, 50, 100, 150. I think that's a very moderate, very fair, low carb diet to be on. I think if you're going into prep, if you're going into a bodybuilding show, that changes. That completely changes. I know people who do 25 carb days, 50 gram carb days, 75 carb days, and that shit is miserable, at least in my opinion. There's people who could do it, I can't. Shout out to you, Jake, you know I'm talking about you. But we are gonna prepare a breakfast. Breakfast is very simple. It's just gonna be a protein shake, something very light. You could also opt for something like eggs. I think eggs is a great option for breakfast because it's high in protein, high in fat, very low carb. Something like that is a great option for breakfast, but I'm gonna opt for a protein shake. I am always on the move. I need to do something quick, something easy, something that just gets me in and out of the door. Now, in terms of meal frequency, I like to do about 5 to 6 meals a day. I know for some people that's a lot of meals and it's very hard to keep up with, but I think that if you wanted to, you could still do 4 to 5 meals and maybe do 2 snacks or maybe 1 snack in between, depending how full you are. The only reason I like to do 5 to 6 meals on a low carb diet is because you get hungry very quickly, and so in order to combat that, you want to keep yourself full throughout the course of the day, and having those small meals every 2 to 3 hours kind of helps. But if you can't, and you can only have, maybe a larger meal for breakfast, maybe a larger meal for lunch, that's perfectly okay. However you want to structure it, you can. You can still do 3 meals and then maybe do 2 small snacks in between. If you wanted to obtain Kumail's physique, you have to take it to that extreme. If you want to just simply lose weight, again, you could just be in a caloric deficit and lose weight. You can lose 10, 15, 20 pounds, just simply not eating as much as you're supposed to, right? Because that's just how basically the body works. You have a certain amount of calories you're supposed to consume on a daily basis. Those are your maintenance calories. If you subtract 250 calories, 500 calories, you're in a caloric deficit, you're gonna lose weight. That's just simply how it works. But if you're in a low carb diet, not only are you in a caloric deficit, but you're also limiting the carbs that you have on a daily basis, which is gonna make your body a lot more tighter over time. Not day to night, but over time. I will catch you guys tomorrow for our second weigh-in of the week, and it'll be our final weigh-in to see how much weight we actually lost throughout the course of the week. So I'll catch you guys for that tomorrow, and we'll go over why we're weighing ourselves after the 5 low carb days and also what a refeed day is. So stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So welcome back to day 5 of training like Kumail Nanjiani, and today being day 5, we need to check in our body weight and see how much weight we lost over the course of the week. We're doing it today on day 5 instead of day 7 is because the next 2 days are actually refeed days. Now, if you missed the refeed video I had on my channel, I'm actually gonna link it on the screen now. But if you guys want a quick synopsis of what a refeed day is, it's now on the screen so you guys can understand typically what a refeed day is and what it's intended to do. Now, the reason we're actually weighing ourselves today is because the next 2 days, our body weight is probably gonna fluctuate back up because we're actually gonna be consuming more calories and more nutrients that we've been missing throughout the course of the week. So if you guys recall, I did start off at 190. I actually dropped down to 188.7, which tells me that the low carb diet is actually working and it's actually doing what it's intended to do. Ultimately, if you want to obtain a physique like Kumail, you definitely need to eat and train like the guy. It's no surprise that he obtained the physique that he has just because a low carb diet is intended to do exactly that, to get you super lean, super shredded. The low carb diet is actually what most bodybuilders also implement into their own routines just because it's something that honestly works. You need to deprive your body of the nutrients, the calories, the carbs in order to see those type of results. You need to do your cardio, you need to train hard, and you need to have your diet being on point at all times. That's why bodybuilders look the way they look. Now, Kumail is not a bodybuilder, but he is an actor and he has to look a certain way for his role, and it's no surprise that he has to take his body to that extreme to look the way he looks. Now, is this obtainable by normal human being standards like myself and you? 100%. If you challenge yourself, you can definitely look like that. You definitely can train and eat like the guy, but it takes a lot of willpower. You really need to dig down deep in order to stay consistent and make sure you stay on track. But that is gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you haven't already, make sure you drop a like. Also, leave a comment down below and let me know which actor or celebrity I should try next. I'm more than willing to give a try to any diet that's out there. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Until the next time, peace. Now I'm sweating like a big time, now I'm sweating